Welcome back to Fix Everything Summer 2025. Well, what we think is summer. It finally stopped raining here in upstate New York long enough to maybe cut the grass. I don't know. It's like a lake out there. But today we're going to refurbish the grill. Now, this is a built-in, but you may have a freestanding grill that looks like this. It's all chalky. It's beat. Handles all peeling. This has been outside for a very long time, probably about 17 years. So today I'm going to tackle it and really bring it back to life. I've taken the burners out, which are in here. I've taken the sear plates out, and you can see that it's been around a while, but it's definitely salvageable. So I vacuumed it all out. That's the first step, and I'm going to take this whole thing right out of this countertop, and we're going to give it a makeover. First thing I'm going to do is remove this hex bolt, and there's another one over here, and we're going to take the lid right off so we can work on that first. Now that I've got my stainless steel part taped up with a nice Chick-fil-A box that I found in the trash here, taped it all the way around, gave it a good seal. I've picked up some Krylon high heat paint. This is for gas grills, anything that gets up to, I believe, 800 degrees. And the temperature gauge on this thing goes to 600, so I think I'm pretty safe there. So now that that's taped off, you want to make sure you clean this surface really, really good. I had a nice degreaser and a cloth, went all the way around. You can see where it's been faded at the top there over the course of time with the sun. And that's good and clean. Rinse it off, wipe it with a clean cloth. Make sure you get a good adhesion with your paint. So again, I'm going to shake this up real good, and we're going to hit it. Nice even strokes. Don't get too close. You don't want any drips. Make sure you cover your sawhorses, or in this case, your garbage can. Want to get it just barely wet where it will not drip. A couple of thin coats are far better than one thick coat. About 6 to 8 inches away from the surface, preferably a non-windy day. Towel's not really a good place to spray paint. Should be like a paper bottom, but this is all I had at the time. And this has been sitting out here, and because it's black, it's soaked up some nice heat, so this paint will dry very quickly. Hey, you know what? For a 17-year-old grill, it looks way better. These things cost a fortune. Drop-in grills are 4 times the amount of probably the best stand-up grill you can find, just because they're made special, which is very, very, very ridiculous. There's so much less material in this thing than there is in a beautiful charbroil stainless with the wheels and all the tools and all the stuff, the side burners. But you can't find these for under $1,000. It's crazy. So I decided to fix it. So I buffed this the other day just with some very fine wire brush. We hardly ever use that. That's a top burner for a top rack that goes up here. Oh, that looks a sight better, doesn't it? It looks a sight better. Wow, I'll say. I'm going to try to polish this up without ruining the Ultra Chef logo or the Napoleon logo. This is a Napoleon U405, but still in good shape. Just a very, very light buff with some polishing compound. Don't push too hard. You don't want to remove the graphics. Just put a new battery, AAA, in the spark igniter, so that works really well now. Wow, yeah, just a very soft touch there. Just enough to get the surface grime off of there. You could also use just some detailing spray wax, I guess, would work, but this cuts a little bit deeper. And as long as I'm in here, I'm going to take each one of these knobs and use some nice exterior detailer on there. You can use Armor All if you'd like, but that sort of fades and streaks. So just going to clean these up, get the winter off of them. Ooh! Wow. Jet black looks so good. Hey, that looks pretty good. Not bad for a Saturday night mechanic. Wow. And magically, 7 days later, we have the new burner. Luckily, I was able to find it at a pretty decent price. It was around $90 with the free shipping on that. So we're going to put that in next, and then we will put the handle back on, and then we'll put the grates back in, and we will have a complete grill overhaul. Over the course of 10 years or so, this back wall of the grill started getting funky. The screw wouldn't fit into the hole was too big. So I put this backer, just a piece of strip metal on there that will catch the screws for the burner. So you've got a new screw in here and a new screw in there, but it was getting kind of funny back there. So rather than take a chance that it opens up even further, I put just a piece of strap metal on there. And the burner goes in quite simply. There are 1, 2, 3 orifice ports there, and these 2 flanges on the back. It's basically going to just slide in there. Just got to make sure that they're meeting the gas nozzle. That is in this one. There it goes. Just drops down. And now it just hangs there. So you got 1, 2, 3, and there's 1 here and 1 here for screws. Got those right here. They should line right up. And there we go. Nice and tight. This is not moving. This does flex a little bit in the middle because it's sort of designed that way, but they're all fitting perfectly. They hit the orifices right on schedule. And next we have the 3 heat tents. Now, I kind of altered this a bit. These heat tents were about 2 inches too long, but each one fits over a tube. And they work extremely well. The actual sear plates for this grill are $150. So rather than do that, I did this a couple of years ago, and they lasted about 3 or 4 seasons. They're only about $15 for a set of 3. So each one of these gets very hot, and it's over the top of each burner tube. So that works extremely well. And here are the steamed cooking grates. That steamer works so well on these. It was a pleasure to clean the grill. Awesome. And then we just got to put the handle on here. Oh, and I bought a couple of these. These are grease trays. They fit underneath. There's this little hanger that I'll hang underneath here, and it catches any of the grease drippings from your food. Here is the handle. Let's put that on. 1 bolt there, and another one right there, which is spinning. Oh, there, it caught actually. You don't want to do these too tight. They're only made of plastic. This is already cracked in there, so I don't want to go any further. Just enough to get it snug. Oh, and there you have it. A refurbished gas grill, and you can do it yourself. These things are $1,000. Boom. Middle tube. Boom. Right tube. Boom. And there is some beautiful flame. Awesome. Put a new battery in the spark box. That definitely made a difference. And now I'll put the heat tents on, and we'll be ready to throw some steak on the grill. Looks like we're heating things up here at Fix Everything. Hey, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I am up 4.5%. I have no idea what that means, but I'm very pleased. Please make a comment. Please consider subscribing. Tell your friends. Really appreciate you hanging out, and have a great summer until we see you next time.